Hey everyone, welcome back to Privately Outspoken. This is Cheryl Drinkall. My life is a podcast. I promised an episode about the help that I've had and support from my family, and I just wanted to let you in on a little inside scoop on what the kids have helped me with and what my family has helped me with. Just this whole process and how that feels and what an impact that makes on just our relationship as a whole. Do know me at all, you will know that I care so much about every type of relationship that I have. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Enjoy some awesome intro music, and I'll be right back. So, I'm going to give you the scoop. I'm going to give some shout outs. I'm just going to describe as briefly as I can, just sort of the process of what I've been going through and what the kids have done and what kind of family unit we are. The reason I'm recording it today is the other night we had family games night and we were sitting answering all these questions and we all had individual questions. And I got a card that said, describe our family in 3 words. The words that I used were funny. They were all C's: connected, chaotic, and close. And those are all positives. Connected because it's very apparent that every single person in this family is very bonded in all sorts of different ways and dynamics. It's very apparent. It's such a wonderful thing that I'm really, really proud of. Chaotic. I know I say chaotic like it's just like absolute chaos, right? I say it's chaos, but it's just busy. But busy isn't a word that I would just use because busy is just busy, right? It's all over the place. It's this and that and this at the same time and this and this and this, and it's constant. It's amazing. Can it get overwhelming? Absolutely. Are you kidding? There's 6 children and there's me. So yes, of course it can. It's controlled and it's amazing. That's the only way to describe it. I would not give it up for the world. And then the last one was close. Close is because that's just something that you can just tell. People have made so many comments to me and it just makes me feel really happy. And as a mom, you just wonder what your kids are going to be like when they're older. Will they talk to each other? Will they be bonded with me? And all these different things, and you just want whatever the closest possible, loving, most recognized, amazing thing. You dream of that for your family. Anyways, I can see evidence of that, and it warms my heart. That is just how I would describe us. Even through thick and thin, and all the hard things, and all the struggles, and all the differences of opinion, and all the growth, and all those things, it's very apparent that we're very, very close. I just am so proud of that. So for all the curious minds on what I'm talking about when I say the kids have helped me and that we're this family unit and that this isn't just, oh, mommy's going to go do this thing, right? It's so supported. I want to just give a shout out to them. For example, I talked previously in one of my very first episodes about how it was just that final push. I got my first equipment, right? I got that microphone for Christmas. After that, in January, when we were sitting in the kitchen, I was like, okay, let's talk about it. And then I think I picked out a cover photo. My daughter took the photo and she made a cover for my podcast. She picked the font. Oh, that's it, right. We were actually brainstorming. We were brainstorming about the title and what I was going to name it. So I decided on that, and she took the photo, she took the title, and she went in her room and she came back and she's like, how about this? And I'm not even kidding. It was immediate. I do use my opinion, and I know sometimes I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't want. And when I saw it, I was like, that's it. Got it. Anyway, I used that cover and I love that. That picture has meant something to me. It actually has changed on the actual podcast now, but that is a very significant thing. It's on my YouTube channel. Anyway, so that's one example. I needed music. I needed music for the podcast. It has to be original and it can't be someone else's music and it can't be any of those things. Well, my son went downstairs, created this. It was so me. And of course, you hear it every time you listen to the podcast here, just the beat of it and how to explain it with the music that I listen to. And that little just segue of a specific type of beat that I like and that I'm drawn to with the music that I like. He got that, and it's like so personal to me, and I absolutely love it, and I've never questioned it. Never questioned it. It's so perfect. And then my older son, he helped me with editing. I got the stuff on the computer and I started recording. He edited my first few podcasts and sat with me, and it took hours and hours and hours, and everything gets evolved, right? you get better at things, you learn tricks. And then I started taking over the editing and I'm learning. And then he would come in and he would teach me. I'm still learning, right? Everything's not perfect, but I'm learning and I'm evolving. It's just such a beautiful process. There's moments where I'm like, oh, I should go back because now I know this better. But I also really want to leave this trail of growth because I think recognizing your growth in whatever you're doing is a huge, huge accomplishment and something that you should want to see because you don't have to go back and correct your mistakes. You only have to grow from them. So I kind of like that. It's tempting sometimes, but don't do it because like I said, it's what an amazing thing. And then I also think that can be such a great example for the kids for when they're doing a project and they're not at exactly where they see it at the end, or, it's going to get better and better and better and better and better. And them to see me experiencing that, showing an example, not just speaking my mouth, I just think that's a good experience for them to witness. What else have I had help with? Of course, my website. My website is incredible. I absolutely love it. It feels very customized to me. It's beautiful colors. It's beautiful photos. So specific for me and so personalized and so customized. My daughter, she has taken a ton of my photos and they're all cover art and they're article pictures and they're just beautiful moments of my life. And I love that she gets to learn that. My son has also taken some of the photos of me and got mentored that way. And so they're being taught photography. My website, that's something that I've learned along the way too. There's lots of different instances where I'm afraid to even turn on the computer because I'm really good with my phone and certain little things, but you kind of lose some of that stuff. The amount of things I can do now with just ease and the speed, the confidence is really, really cool. I love that within myself. My kids encourage that. When I make something, I show the kids and I'll be like, oh, what do you think of this? Look what I made. And then the other day, my son smiled and I was like, are you making fun of me? Is that not good? I love this. And then he's like, no, I'm just actually really proud of you. It just melted my heart because I could see that he actually was proud of me. When I'm describing it, it sounds like it's just something so silly, but it wasn't. Everything's bigger to me. It's like a bigger meaning. They give me feedback and they talk about it. They tell me what's awesome about it. It's just incredible. And then there's this emotional support too. There's been days and nights and days and nights and days and nights that I work on this and work on this and work on this. And it's constant. I stay up late. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hustle and it's a lot of dedication. And it's also a lot of fun because when it's something that you're really feeling passionate about and you see all this amazing potential and you feel like you really, really can help people, it just drives you. Anyways, I've had many days where I've doubted myself and I've had pressure to have certain things go a certain way and perfection or letting go of perfection and trusting. And my kids have been there for me. They've seen me crying. They've seen me excited. They've pushed me and reminded me, oh, have you done this? Oh, did you do this? Or they've celebrated all the little steps along the way, right? All the different followers. And when I get people looking at my website and just when I get all the support, they listen to my podcast. They tell me what they've learned. And I really just want to acknowledge them and how much it's really, really, really meant to me to have them support me. They're not even all grown up yet, right? I'm their support, but they're also mine. And I love that, especially in the teenagers. I feel like it bonds us in a way and it's fun. It's also a really fun way for me to bond with them on the electronic side and on the social media side. I mean, my kids really aren't on too much social media and those things, but I mean, all the kids see YouTube and they all see these things. They know so much more than me. It's actually really beneficial and it's cool. It's cool to hear what they talk about, what they resonate with and what they have learned, not from me, but just from other people and what comes out of their mind. Or let's say they listen to my podcast and then they're like, yeah, this. And I'm like, you get it. It's so cool to see the maturity in them and all these little things. Also the childlike things in them. I'll mention my younger kids as well. Like my daughter, she's doing a school presentation and she chose me as one of her passion projects. That was just of her love for me. And she did this big presentation, just seeing what she did with it, what came out of her brain. It just shows me so much love, seeing what your kids think from their mouths and from their eyes, not just what you want them to think is really, really special. I couldn't execute and just feel the way I do, go through all these emotions. I couldn't do it quite like this without them. So I am grateful. I just want to acknowledge that and shout it out. And again, just let you in on how cool it is to have everyone involved and everybody support me and something that I'm passionate about. Because, as I said before, when you're a mom, we are constantly supporting everyone else and everyone in the family. And to have that reciprocated is literally extraordinary to me. Speaking of support, I would surely love yours. If you want to subscribe, follow, leave me a comment, check out my website, share this episode with any of your friends. Please do so. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of just getting to know my family a little bit more and a little bit more about the process, all the support I've had. All right. I will see you next week. Love you so much, and I love doing this. Take care. Bye.